Hello guys, today I like to talk about hex staking ladders and especially for people between 18 and 25. So if I am between 18 and 25, how I would stake my hex. Let's say I've got 1 million hex and I want to do a staking ladder. So basically this could work like for 100,000 hex, for 10 million hex. If it's 400,000 hex, you just need to divide these numbers by 10. If it's 10 million hex, you need to multiply them by 10. Or if it's for 5 million hex, you need to multiply them by 5. If it's for 2 million hex, you need to multiply them by 2. So that's how it's work. Yeah, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to acquire 1 million pools and I'm going to keep that pools only to end these stakes because as we know, the gas prices are rising and if the price of the token is expensive in the future, we might not want to pay that much. So it is better if I acquire the pools coins now. So that's the second thing. Here on the top, you could see the duration of the stakes from 3 years to 15 years. Below here are the amount of tokens we are locking with each stake. With it, you could see the T-shares of each stake. And here, June 27 is when our first stake is ending. The second one is June 29. They all ending in June. So why I choose like every other year, not like stake each year? The first reason is I mentioned because of the gas. Sorry. The second one I will show you now. Let's come here on hex.vision. You could see all hex stakes. So our first one is 27, around here. So not many stakes. After 3 years, our first stake is ending. Our second one is June 29. It's around here, yeah. And as you can see, not many stakes we've got on 29 until September, October. So end of 29 and beginning from 2030, we've got many hex stakes that expire. So our second stake will be finished before that. So if we think that the people who own these stakes want to sell and the price could go lower, we could front run them. And the next one is 2031, which is like year and a half after all that. So if we have a winter, 2031 should be the beginning of the spring, let's say. It's all speculation, it's all in my head, just my opinion. So let's come back here on this thing I'm trying to explain. So if we stake 300,000 tokens for 3 years, and if we are following the history of payout per T-share for the past 4.5, 5 years, we would likely have 500, 450, 500,000 hex when this stake ends. After 5 years, this 200,000 hex should double based on the T-shares and the time. So roughly around 400,000 hex. Here, like it's more like the with longer time frame, it's more uncertain to predict what's going to happen. But probably here we're going to have like also 400,000 hex. So we stake less amount of tokens, but because we stake longer and we will receive, we're keeping the T share for longer, we will receive more hex tokens. So we could say here we could have like a, around 400,000 hex tokens, as much as like 2 years before. That's why like staking is important because first is protecting yourself from selling too early, and the second thing is like rewarding you for that with more tokens. And if we think that HEX is going to outperform the US dollars, you will be rewarded in US dollars. Of course, HEX is down bad at the moment. So if I am like 18 years old or up to 21, 2 years old, and if I'm not planning to start a family, and if I'm not planning to start my own business, if I've got job that I like and I'm not planning to change in foreseeable future, I will stake 90% of my tokens. So here I staked 900,000 HEX. So I will keep only 100,000 HEX liquid. If the price 10x, I could sell and I could get my money, my investment back. I could sell it on 20x, 30x, like it's up to you if you want to do that ladder and this model when you're going to sell your principal. So you could reward yourself, buy a new watch, go on holiday, buy a car, whatever. So the other option is like if you're young, but if you're planning to start a business, or if you're planning to do a family, let's say you're like 22, 23, 25, you're thinking about family, I would stake 80% of those tokens. So to come out with that, just like take 10% of each number here, and it's going to be 80%. So I will keep 20%. And when the price is right, I'm going to sell and I'm going to start my business. And if I want to start like to have a family, I could sell this 20% and put a down payment for a house or whatever you need. So you're still going to hex your hex tokens locked for this time, and you'll still be protected from yourself, because if your business failed, and don't get me wrong, I'm not wishing you that, but most of the new businesses failing, you'll still be protected and you'll still receive like reward in hex tokens. And if your marriage doesn't work, you'll be protected from your wife or maybe your husband, who knows, for the ladies out there. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do a ladder if I am 18 years old or 20 or 25 years old. So if you like this video, if you agree with my opinion, give me a like and share it with your friends. Bye for now.